Check, check. Check, check. All right. What's up? What's up? As usual, as you're tuning in, if you're new to the channel, be sure to check out the disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky business. Do not use money that you cannot afford to lose. Remember that most traders are having a hard time. So trade in a simulator before using real money. At the very least, use small size, small accounts. Practice and improve before getting aggressive with your share size and your risk. Do not blindly copy me or anyone else. Copy trading does not work here on this channel. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers, so be careful of fake accounts. In addition, be careful of stolen content from myself and the team house being used as ads on YouTube and Facebook. People are stealing our content and are sadly running ads with it. So be very careful and also help us to report these ads if you're to ever see one. With that being said, let's take a look at the scanner and here. So it seems like the hot one is MWYN. MWYN. Also LOBO. Let me take a look. There's TNON as well. Let's put TNON up there. And LOBO, how are we doing? Looks like this one pushed up recently. And it's a little cheaper, but you know, maybe there's something here. So I'll include this one on the watch list as well. As you're tuning in, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. As you're tuning in. So, let's see. Let's minimize this. Okay. How are we looking for the pre-market highs? 195. And I would say we don't really have a low here per se. We pulled back to the VWAP, we curled up. It's kind of like this ascending, push here, but we'll see if it's able to hold up around, 170s, 160s at the VWAP, and then continue higher. I'm going to take a look at the daily chart, MWYN. Of course, it's the leading stock. It has 53 million shares of volume, up over 100%. Daily chart, stock has been beaten up and sold off aggressively. And we're curling up off of lows, all-time lows here, really. And 237, let's see, 237 could be a target. And then perhaps back over 275, we could see a bit more of a move up. Those are two levels I'm going to map out here. And then 275. Okay. Actually, with this new screen configuration, I actually don't have a daily chart on Thinkorswim. But I'll use E-Trades whenever I need to. Yeah, looks decent. We'll see. The key for me, as usual, can we see a stock that is uptrending that can give big moves in a short time frame. If I'm not seeing that, then honestly, it doesn't even make sense for me to trade. Sometimes we try to defy gravity a little too much, and we can get ourselves in trouble. So if we're not seeing the opportunities today, then we need to be out of here as quickly as possible. No delay. Bro, am I getting taller or what, man? Or is this thing... Maybe I need to put it up a little bit more. Okay. All right, we've had a good look at the scanner. I'm going to come back to single screen here in a sec. Let's check out the other one. TNON down on the list. These other ones, they don't really look as good as, except for LOBO. So TNON. I've seen this stock before. I don't really recall it being a great one. But you know, today anything is possible, right? Anything can happen. So we got a high of 156, and the lowest lows we've seen has been around 120s. For now, we're holding up around 129, and hopefully we can curl back up. I'm going to take a look at the daily chart here. So the last time it gave a move, it went from about 1 to 5, or really to 6, and then sold off. 200 EMAs at 280. And I mean, even if it goes to 250, I'd say that's decent. We'll see. There was a day before where it went up to 2 and then rejected. This is around March of this year, March 11th. And then March 26th is where, or March 25th is where we had the big move to 5. All right, looks decent. And then LOBO. I mean, I don't know if this one will end up being strong, but just in case. Let's see, 56 for the highs. Right now, we've got to pull back. We'll see if it's able to curl up out of this bit of a flag here. Perhaps over 53. Could be interesting. I mean, if it can give big breakouts in short time frames, I don't mind. So MWYN, I'll keep an eye on this one into the open, and then you know, slow and steady. If we can see something good, then we'll be, you know, looking to get ourselves going a little bit of green and then slowly increase size throughout the move. Despite having a good day yesterday, we're still like in a trader rehab, so you know, we still want to be careful. And this market has been very inconsistent in terms of the type of opportunities we're seeing. So I just want to keep that in mind, and not because yesterday was a good day, today I'm going to come in and just big size and just try to be a hero, you know? So still going to take it slow and going to try to read, you know, the story the market is telling, and, you know, depending on what it's telling us, that'll determine if I'm aggressive or if I'm out of here early on this Friday. So the game plan is to take it slow and steady and to trade with discipline here and not allow myself to go off the rails. go off track. Nice and slow, being patient, and we'll see what we get. Okay, taking the scanners off the screen. I think we've had a really good look at the scanners by now. So taking the scanners off and going back to single screen. I think I have to maybe reduce my webcam size again here. Let's see. Thought, okay, I think this should be good. Okay, slide it over a little bit. Okay, 5 seconds to the market open. There's a lot of sellers here. Will we be able to respect the lows that we have right here, right now? It's close to the VWAP, so we'll see. But sellers are there again. Hmm. Maybe TNON might be better. Dang, 50 to 68. It's not bad. Yeah, my hotkey isn't really set up for this though. Um, I gotta take some size. That's a nice trade, but we gotta use size here if we're gonna make money. Holy shit. Damn, it's moving all right. Well, it's halting up now. I despise being late to a stock like this, but 80 for the halt up now, 80. And it's such a good, strong candle to start, too. Yeah, bro. I just feel like I'm way too late. I mean, it depends on if it keeps going, but I kind of missed everything to this point, so the halt is only 5 cents away. Shit. It's not what I wanted to do. Jesus Christ. Dang. TNON looks like it's moving. Do I switch over? Is this one finished? Is this backside? TNON might halt up at 180. The ship may have already sailed here. I had to calm down. I'm kind of getting frustrated. Missed this move. I mean, I don't know if it'll keep going. We'll see. But TNON also, I missed that one too. Looks like we're seeing a new high here. Safe to say I needed more size. Safe to say I needed more size. It's halting up 87. I had 69, or no, I had 70, but sold 74, 73, 75. TNON looks like it's already backside. Where am I in? It's gonna look for a VWAP pullback, but the VWAP bounce rather, but where I just needed this thing to give a little bit more of a dip right there after getting to 80. I would have been in massive. Dang, it's actually going. How's the 5-minute chart looking? See, what I don't know is if it's gonna hold high, so I'm not taking any size. I'm trying to just get into a rhythm with it. Time. Mm, not ideal. Kind of chase that a little bit. So watching TNON here as the other one is halted. And this is kind of crazy. And it ends up going. And I have no size. What's the time? Time is... Jeez. What's this one called? LOBO. Resumption will be in 1 minute 22 seconds. Wow. 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 I needed to be more aggressive there. I actually didn't think it had it in it, but it's gonna do it. 40 seconds to that resumption too. Damn it. All right. Resumption is coming up in 22 seconds. Seven seconds. I forgot I had shares still in that stock. 7 seconds. Is it gonna keep going? I don't know. Oh shoot, the other one sold off. 88 to 62. Here, let me sell this position here. Well, LOBO is still going. Holy shit. Damn it. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Damn, that was a great trade. Bro, I don't know. Somebody had to have covered or something right there. What was that? That was massive. Alright, now I can go crazy then. We know we're gonna get a surprise winner like that. I'm back in again. Don't you do it to me. Back in again, 92. Or I'm in at 94 rather. Alright, watch this. Watch this right here. This looks good if we can hold up this dip. As long as we don't keep dipping. Oh, it's gonna keep dipping, Big Steve, Reda. Holy smokes. Well, I gave back 600 already, so to hell with this. Switching away to TNON. Bro, there's no way I lost 600 in 3 trades like that, bro. And it's just dipping. Maybe it's backside. Shit. I didn't even use... I sized down after that big win, too, and still lost 600 in 3 trades, bro. Madness. I actually prefer to trade TNON, so switching over. Man. So I cut the gains in half in just 3 trades. Just seems so stupid. $1,100 to down to 600 in 3 trades. Okay, so 188 for highs. Jeez. Let's see. Let's get our bearings here. Gotta come back to different hotkeys. It's a false breakout. $2 could be resistance if that's the case. I think I should have been watching at this stock. I mean, low LOBO was pretty good, but I think I probably should have been watching at this one from the start. I might stand a better chance here. Bro, I sold, by the way, I sold into the halt up at 107 and nothing happened. Like I don't know. So I ended up selling at like 102. It's like 5 cents on like 15,000 shares. There's no way I shouldn't have gotten that fill. Like what happened in that trade? I don't even know. Shoot, I sold that too early too. Man. Okay. I think I'm flip-flopping too much here. I gotta like be more patient. Time. We don't really look that great on time. LOBO is curled back up actually. Jeez, man, why that pullback have to be so massive? I want to be careful here. And it is coming down, isn't it? It's back to 97. Yeah, so I got robbed 5 cents with 15,000 shares, which is a lot of cents. which is a lot of money for that size. Shit. Uh, Damn it, bro. Why do I have to be so slow? Damn, I should have done. I should have took more. I should have took more size there. I keep doing it. Keep making that same mistake. Let's see if we get another chance, or is it gonna go all the way? I sold 80, so I kind of sold early too. We're at 90. TNON. 94, 95. Oh man, it looks like it's going all the way. $2. Oh, look at that. Fill is crazy. That is disappointing. I gotta fix that. Two $2 seems to be resistance. Bro, that is madness, brother. Not patient enough here in this trade. Making mistakes. Yeah, I'm making too many mistakes here. Again, can we get through two? Bro, I'm selling too early. If it goes over two, we can see 220 and then maybe 250 over time. Son of a gun. I don't love the breakout. Could have been stronger, I would say. Shit. Well, today doesn't feel like yesterday for me. I'm like making mistakes. Like, I, so I took a position there at like 95, sold it too soon again. Pastor is slacking. I'll feel better though if it pulls over 210 and we can clear this level here. Should have went there. We're seeing sellers. Not according to plan. The breakout is working. Will we keep going though is another question. So we could see 50 if it keeps going. I feel like I haven't capitalized enough. I've been using too small size and I've been selling some good trades too soon as well. Should have already been up a couple thousand. So, I mean, I don't know if we've had strong stocks recently, so maybe it keeps going. But we got to do a better job here. Like I knew that last dip was coming, and I still took it with small size. Like that's not good. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. See, that was better, but still not clean enough. Can we see through 50? It's definitely battling here. Watch over 40. There it is. It's still a false breakout though. It's a false breakout. So are we going to see a bigger pullback or are we going to keep holding here? So far, it's still holding. Our candlestick is still strong. So I'm leaning towards us trying again. Oh, you son of a gun. It could be backside here. Watching for over 10. Couple cents. And got to 15. We'll have to watch and see. Is the first 5 minute pullback in like 20 minutes or 15 minutes? So it's like it could still be strong, but you know, $2 could end up being support. But we'll have to wait and see if it's a backside or if it actually curls back up. Damn, it's back up. Look at that. It's back up. And it didn't waste any time doing it. So what's a safe entry here is the question. From some 203 to like 228 that quickly. Damn it. Shit. I got screwed. I got screwed bad there, man. Bro, I got filled at 13 at the high of that. Maybe that's my cue. You know, I had the right idea, which is to wait for the lows. And I still bought it at 209. And then I sold at the low and tried to buy back at the low. And it was too late. I'm buying at 13. Bro, I already knew what was gonna happen and I still did some stupid stuff, man. Why can't I just follow the blueprint? Follow the strategy. $600, $700 gone for nothing. For nothing. Yesterday in this situation we saw two bottoming wicks. But I mean, I don't know. Ah, man. I can't believe I botched that. And that was crazy, so that would have been good enough. If I'm in at 03, selling half at 13 or the whole thing at 13. So this is my last trade if the stock comes down. This is my last trade. Man. I'm disappointed in how I handled this day. We could have easily did like 5,000 if we just held the trades early and executed how we could have executed. If this doesn't hold up, I'm done. I'm gonna take the green and walk. I am interested in back over 2 here if it happens. Hopefully I'm not over trading though. Okay, it's back down. So there's 2 areas today where I lost like 700 twice. It's $1,400 gone for nothing. And I might be over trading it here. I lost 700 on the penny bro. That penny stock I got robbed, man, because I sold into the halt up, and like I don't know what happened to my order. I canceled and I sold again. Nothing happened. Maybe my position had too much size, of like 15,000 shares. So we missed out 5 cents of actual gains, and then we proceeded to then lose 600. And then here, look at this thing. It's curling up. Son of a gun. Is it like faking us out, or is it like a real curl? Because back over 2 here should be pretty powerful. Like 215, 220 should happen like with ease. If it's like real, if it's a real red to green here. All right, I think I'm over trading. I'm in at 206 and I am getting blazed. That's okay, that's it. This is it. This is it. Nothing else. That's it. I'm done. That is it. I thought back over 2 we could have seen the red to green because yesterday we had this same like breakout. But I don't know. But I'll stop trading for now and just wait. Maybe that's the day. Bro, I just hope this momentum is back because well, I had highs of 3K today, right? If the momentum is back, at the very least, we can start making some good money. If the momentum is back, and we got robbed, it was 5 cents. It might have been more than 5 cents. I think it's at least 6 or 7 cents, really. Let's do 6 cents at 15,000 shares. That's 150, right? 150 for every penny. $900 should have been extra to my P&L. This is the problem with trading sometimes. It's like we're coming down 220, right? Because I was in at 211. I'm selling at 218, 220, 221, and it's coming back down. I'm like, if it doesn't hold 211, it's going to come down to $2. Wait for $2, buy $2 dip. And what do? I buy 209. Like how could you tell yourself exactly what you should do and then still do the opposite? Like, so then I'm selling from 209 at 202 and I try to hit the buy button again and it's at 13. I get filled at 13 and then I'm selling at 202 again. Feel like a complete fool there at the end. and you know, I'm grateful to be green. It's a good day, but it just puts like a sour taste to the day, you know. But we don't want to blow it out of context and then over trade, revenge trade, and then go back to flat or red. We're gonna take the $1,800, smile. In fact, I think there's fees of what's that? There's at least like $300 in fees. So was that 1,500? It's like half the gains are gone. It's just too much, bro. Half the gains gone. Especially when you factor in the fees, brother. But anyhows, we're going to take the green and walk. Bro, I just need to see stocks going up. So what did we say early before the open, right? Can we see a stock that's uptrending that can give big breakouts in a short time frame? If we can see this consistently, then we know what to expect. But you know, for so long it's been a stock goes up, you know, $1 a share and then makes a new low. You buy the dip halfway down thinking it's gonna bounce, and then you're selling into new lows, right? And then sometimes we had like sideways consolidation, which I never do a good job of because I'm just not confident thinking that we can hold up the range because of how we're rejecting hard to come back down to the lows. And then I end up hesitating every time to buy, and then stock bounces up 50 cents. I'm not in, and then you feel like you're going mad. But this, at the very least, though, this is pretty promising in terms of like what we could see. I just hope that we can see more uptrending stocks that fit the description of what we like to trade. And I have no doubt that we can turn the year around, and we can also even we can even set records over time. Just a little disappointing to lose 700 twice in just one or two to three trades. All right, we can pull up the scans again just to see if nothing is moving. And I think that's the day. LOBO, how did we finish up? I am a B. Mighty brother, we got this. We got this in the bag, brother. I you know, I told this to Steve, I told this to the audience, which is that we shouldn't have any concerns as long as we're confident in our ability to trade. The freaking problem is seeing good stocks. Like, I'm telling you guys, last year there was like a hot stock like every single day, if not twice a day. As in like a stock that's going up and holding up its levels without giving those surprise. Like if we assess this stock, right? If we assessed TNON, we didn't have any areas where like the pullback just was, you know, I mean, maybe once, maybe right here once. I think, yeah, I wasn't really watching out of here either. But right here once. it kind of went up too high of day at the 188 and was back down at 162 rather quickly. If a stock isn't doing this regularly, the price action becomes so much more clean to trade because you can then determine very quickly what is backside. And I mean, we said it right away, like, hey, this move down to 2 could be backside. But we kind of overtraded it thinking it could curl back over 2. That's on us. But at the very least, we were able to recognize that it could be done. Versus, you're moving up early in the move and stock just goes from, let's say like 185, just knifes down here to 160 for what seems to be no reason. Like, based off of how it's been moving prior to that drop. It's like once we can like avoid that stuff, man, the trading becomes more clean. You can build confidence as the stock is going. Maybe put out a little bit more size if you want to be aggressive. If not, it just becomes this like shit show. Is what it really becomes. So hopefully we can just see more momentum. Can we see more stocks holding up? Myself, the Mighty, Big Steve, Lucas, Jackson, Tim, all the traders right here, we'll go first and we'll lead the charge and lead the team to victory once again. It doesn't matter if it's think or swim. It doesn't matter if it's light speed, trade zero. Heck, maybe we can even get it done on Robinhood if they come out with a more advanced platform. Trading is still trading, but we got to be disciplined. And for me, especially, I think the biggest thing is to try to keep the red days a little smaller and just, it is so hard to just tell yourself, hey, today it feels like you're swimming against the tide. Just leave. The market has this thing, and this can be related to gambling, right? Where, especially if you have a track record too, you can feel as if a stock can come where you can do well on it, or you can catch the next trade, the next opportunity. Okay, I'm red right now, but I can catch the next 2 trades if the setup is good. And I think for me, that's the biggest danger that I have, which is it kind of makes me stay here longer on slower days thinking that I can just make back the money because I'm good at trading and something good is going to come when I'm struggling and then nothing is going to come. And I need to listen to that other side, which is to just, hey, get the heck out of here and save yourself the misery, really. And keep the red days down there pretty small so that when it is hotter, you can be back at all times high sooner. And then, get on with the day, with the year, with the month, with the week. So we all have our different vices and things that can hold us back. And for all of us individually, this is where we have to try and be the best managers that we can be, to try to be more efficient and, be more consistent in our trading as a result. So for me, when it's slow, just need to take it easy, grind on small numbers, whether it's red or green. And then when we get the better days, because, if you really think about it, you really and truly just need 4 hot days in a month to have a good month. If you can keep all the other days really small. But then I go having a 2-3K red day in one trade one day. It's like, with that, by the time, you get the 2 or 3 hot days, you're only back to flat, or maybe you're even still red, right? So these are things that even now you still got to keep working on something to be better. So, hopefully next week we can continue with some hotter momentum. And I'm 100% confident that we can trade well if we see something. The past star will lead us to victory. Yeah, I'm done on it. I'm done though. I'm not gonna touch it, even if something is moving up, unless it's a fresh stock. LOBO, I'm gonna leave alone. Yeah. I didn't even make a recap the last couple days. I mean, I don't even know. Well, the recaps, man. There's some stuff I still have to figure out how to do. I'm not gonna lie, there are days where I just leave. Like some days when I'm done, I just leave. I leave completely. Like I shut down everything and I leave. Which isn't good because then like all the back end things that I need to do, sometimes I'm like going too slow. Like it took me 2 days to figure out how to, or 3 days, maybe even like 4 days to figure out exactly how to like get this stuff here when that should have took me 1 minute, you know? So there's definitely things I gotta keep working on. Especially with Marcelo, who is like an expert. I should have just, if I was thinking, I should have just FaceTimed this guy and like, ask the questions and get the answers instead of trying to figure out everything on my own, struggling for 3, 4 days, not knowing what the heck I'm doing in the platform. BTAI hitting the scans. If it holds over 180, maybe there's something there, but got to be careful of the rejection, as there were resistance. They had resistance here earlier. But again, it needs to be able to give a big move in a short time frame. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for me. We're ending after fees. Before fees, we're at 18.27. After fees, hold on, let me get my calculator. 290.85 plus. Let's see. Yeah, just below 1500. We'll round it up. We'll just say 1500 on the day. Bro, being on the green side, I could tell you guys, like, I mean, here's what I'll say, right? I don't have any panic or anything like that when I'm not making money because we've already done so well for so long that if I don't make money, like, even if I don't make money for like the rest of the year, like, it wouldn't like affect me anyway, like financially. So there's no pressure for me in that aspect. But when you're not green every day, like it just starts to feel like, I wouldn't say it's not doubt. It's not doubt because you're still like, I'm still confident. I know if I see the right moves what I can do. But it almost feels like I don't want to. How do I say this? What's the feeling? How do I describe this feeling? It's like you kind of feel like a little dead inside, like it's almost like, why am I even showing up here? It's like a waste of time. Like there's nothing to trade. I mean, I'd make the joke of going on a 6 month vacation, but it's almost like, man, like there's just something else I could be doing, right? I could be learning how to be a doctor right now or an engineer or something in the time where the market is slow. Like there's something that you have to like try to like put the energy towards, because let's say you're here for an hour and then there's nothing for that 1 hour, especially if you ruin the day and you're big red, then you're kicking yourself for being red on a nonsense move. And it's like it can definitely mess with your mental, right? That's like, man, this day is like a the day is basically ruined, and it's ruined within 1 hour of a day, which is quite silly because you have 23 more hours that you can do something, right? And there's been like psychologists, right, who they talk about people like connecting their self-worth to trading. And for me, I don't go that far, but again, you're still confident knowing that of what you've done and what you can do. But there's just this thing of like almost like a cloud over your head kind of thing. Like, you know, it's just slow. And like, I remember for 2 years of not being green, it's like you're confident that you can become green and you have that thing inside of you to keep going. But then again, when you come into these lulls and these rough patches, it's like everything just seems so gloomy when it's really not. If we're to zoom out and really look at the bigger picture and remind ourselves of who we are, what we're doing. So for anyone else who might be going through a rough patch, we have to keep our heads high, even if today happened to be a max loss day for anyone, and you're having trouble connecting. We still have to remind ourselves of who we are, not necessarily our gains even, but more so who are we deep inside. And if we're a fighter, if you're a winner, even if it's tough, a tough environment, we have to keep pushing, and we have to keep being the best managers that we can be to make the correct adjustments to keep improving and giving ourselves a good shot. BTAI, by the way. Maybe, I mean, it's moved up from the 180 area. Ah, trading, man. Good old trading. And if you're someone who has made a lot of money and you're in a big drawdown, we also have to be grateful that we can even fall down from somewhere. Because in order to be in like a drawdown, more than likely you're coming from some sort of highs, right? I don't know if I'll trade this one. It depends on if how it like it needs. I'll start off at a really small size, but it'll need to like boost up again. So we had like 188, 185 to like $2, which was a quick move. I'm literally only gonna use like 80 shares just to see if I can like connect on it. Not really looking to go with size. Time. The candlestick is on the 5 is definitely having a little bit of trouble. If it pulls back a little more, I'll be out. Okay. This is great. That's a great trade there, 10 cents. Anytime you can make 10 cents on a stock like this. Bro, we're gonna emerge out of this transition as a better trader. I can feel it. Definitely quite a range here on this one, on this dip. See, the last pullback was good, so it enticed me a little bit. Again, I don't want to overtrade. I don't want to, I don't feel any FOMO or anything, but I thought this one was going to be good. I think if this dip doesn't work out, I'd leave it alone. I mean, we got a good bottoming wick on our 5-minute candlestick. I'd like to think we could bounce. Yeah. It's like making a new low again. 07 to what, 91? Son of a gun. Well, I got stopped out of that pullback. The candle on the 5 is about to close. Nah. Nope. See, this right here is exactly what we've been seeing. All right, okay, maybe yeah, I mean it was worth a shot. I'm not gonna say I overtraded there, but yeah, this right here is what we've been seeing the last 6 months. This right here, this is a great example of what we've been seeing. So you might say, hey RT, what's the difference between a stock like this where you would lose on versus the other one, right? And it's this exact thing where it gives this nice sweet move, and then instead of like holding up right here, this is where we need to hold up, right? Like right here. Instead of holding up this flag and then, over time, hopefully going higher, it just, Christmas tree. Nah, man, that's it. Shutting it down, brother. I only had 600 shares, so I lost like $60 there on that last trade, but man, I tell you. Okay, I'm out like south. I'm gonna get out of here before I lose more. Jeez. Okay. Stay safe. Stay green. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And be sure to hit the thumbs up if you have not already. All right. Take care. Catch you guys in the next one. We lost $100 off the top, so now we're up like 1,300. We were shy of 1,500 before those two trades. Catch you guys later, as we're now in the depths.